Sometimes it seems as though all we do is fight. Life is one long struggle.
To swim against the tide.
To overcome opposition.
To come out on top.
To achieve recognition.
To be awarded that winner's medal.
To be a success.
At the beginning, it seems so easy. It's just a case of putting one foot in front of the other.
The path ahead seems clear. No obstacles.
No adversaries.
Just a lot of straight road with a clear destination at the end of it.
But one day you stumble. You lose your footing. You fall.
Why did that happen?
Was there something in the road that you didn't quite see?
Something put there deliberately to cause you to trip up? Or did you just get complacent and forget to look where you were going?
Forget to take care?
Forget to watch your step?
Either way, it all feels different after that. You don't feel quite so secure.
You tread more cautiously, more slowly. You try not to fall again.
But you do fall, again and again.
Of course, each time you fall, you get up and carry on. You're not the kind to just give up.
You're determined.
You persevere. But now the road seems somehow harder, more rugged, full of potholes, and with the occasional rock you have to circumvent.
What happened to the other road? The easy road?
It's far behind you now.
In the past.
And then you come to a crossroads.
Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and long you stand there trying to decide which one to take.
One road leads steeply upwards and seems more difficult.
The other stretches out as far as the eye can see, smoother and more inviting, yet it leads downwards, away from that distant hill.
Away from that summit you'd set your heart on reaching. So you turn your back on the easy road, thinking perhaps you can always come back to it another day.
But you can't. The steep road leads to another, and another, and once you take it, the other must be forsaken.
So, perhaps with a sigh, you take the upward road.
And that makes all the difference.
Stop right there! King Creon will be wanting a word with you. So you better start thinking of a bloody good excuse or you'll be dead before the day's out.
What are you doing, man?
None of your business. Do my duty if you want to know.
Is she under arrest?
Well, what do you look like, pea-brain? God, some people are thick.
This is the king's niece! This is Antigone!
Yeah? Well, I don't care if it's the goddess Aphrodite herself. She's the one that's been burying the traitor's body.
That can't be true. The daughter of Oedipus wouldn't disobey the king's edict.
Oh, wouldn't she just? Well, I saw it with my own eyes, mate. Caught her red-handed.
Antigone!
Speak to us. Tell us it isn't true.
Yeah, what did I tell you? She won't deny it because she can't. The daughter of Oedipus or not, she's a bloody terrorist, she is.
What the hell is going on here?
Obeying orders, sir. Captured her burying the traitor's body again, just like you said.
Doing what?
Throwing dirt upon an IC's body, sir. Didn't even try and hide herself, as bold as brass.
Undo those handcuffs.
Are you sure, sir? She's a bit of a wild one. She bit my mate when he grabbed hold of her.
I said, take off those handcuffs. Are you deaf, man?
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Now, wait outside. I'll call for you if I need you.
My lord, be careful what you do.
Don't judge her too harshly.
When I need advice from the likes of you, I'll ask for it. Leave us. You'd better sit down.
Thank you.
Let me just get some things straight. Was it you who buried the body in the night?
Yes.
And obviously you were making another attempt to do so when the guards arrested you.
Yes.
You were aware of my proclamation, I assume?
I was.
And of the penalty for breaking the law?
Of course. I'm not stupid, you know.
That depends on what you mean by stupid.
I mean, I understood perfectly the consequences of my actions.
Did you? I very much doubt it. You thought I'd let you off. You thought I'd arranged for some kind of cover-up, didn't you?
No, not for a moment.
You don't convince me, Antigone.
What do you mean?
This is all some silly little game you're playing, isn't it? You've always enjoyed being a little bit different, a little bit unusual. You're not like Ismene. She knows how to please people. She knows how to get her own way with a bit of gentle persuasion. But that doesn't suit you, does it? Eh? You like being some kind of rebel, don't you? Eh? You hate the idea of being a conformist. It suits you to be in a minority of one.
If you say so.
I do say so. I've seen it time and again. Where's Antigone? Oh, she's gone off somewhere on her own, slumming it in the cafes on the West Bank with the writers and the artists, all those stoned out intellectuals planning a world ruled by peace and love.
What's so wrong with peace and love?
Nothing. I like a bit of peace and love myself from time to time. Sadly, it doesn't work as a means of keeping law and order in a city that's just survived a civil war.
Perhaps with a bit more peace and love, there wouldn't be any wars.
Maybe. I could be wrong. But I doubt it, given human nature. Anyway, all this is somewhat beside the point. The key question is, what are we going to do with you?
I thought that was all sorted out in the proclamation. The penalty for attempting to bury Polynices is death. In fact, death by stoning, if I remember rightly. A particular favourite of yours, perhaps. Or is it hanging that really does it for you? Or beheading? There's a lot to choose from when you're king.
Shut up!
I'm sorry, Uncle Creon. I didn't really mean that. You're not a sadist. I know. You've been very kind to us, Ismene and me, since Father died.
Of course. It's only natural. You're my own flesh and blood, after all.
So was Polynices.
True. But he forfeited any sympathy I might have had for him when he chose to attack his own country, supported by an army of foreigners. At that moment, he became my enemy. And enemies get what they deserve.
And is that what I am? An enemy?
Only if you persist in this insane and childish behaviour.
Childish?
Yes! Childish, Antigone. You're behaving like a spoilt child who can't get her own way. The grown-ups have forbidden you to do what you want to do, so you go out and do it anyway. That'll show them, you think. It's pathetic. Do you think anyone cares? Do you think anyone's impressed? They're not, you know. Why make yourself a martyr to such a pointless cause? I could understand it if my edict had been unjust. If I'd taken away the right to peacefully protest, or set up a series of concentration camps for some ethnic minority, something like that. I'd understand your anger and your desire to protest. But this, it doesn't make any sense, Antigone.
Not to you, maybe. To me, it makes perfect sense.
Explain it to me then. For God's sake, help me to see what's driving you so forcefully to your execution.
Do you believe in truth, Uncle Creon?
What sort of a question is that? Of course I believe in truth.
I don't think you do. You spend too much of your time lying.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means that you and I inhabit entirely different worlds. In my world, my brother Polynices died for what he believed in. Eteocles broke his word, his sacred oath. At the end of his year in power, he refused to give up the throne as he vowed he would do. Eteocles was a faithless liar. Polynices was right to oppose him, even if it did mean waging a war on Thebes. That's the truth, isn't it?
Polynices was a violent hothead. Eteocles was a man of peace. He ruled Thebes with generosity and fair-mindedness. His every edict and action was based on justice. Polynices would have shredded that in weeks. He would have been a terrible king, a disaster.
But he would have been the rightful king. You claim that Eteocles ruled with justice. I don't deny that. As a brother, I liked him better than Polynices. Much better, in fact. But it was unjust of him to deny Polynices the throne. That's the truth, and nothing you can say can change that.
All right, I agree. It's the truth. But sometimes the truth can be inconvenient, particularly when it comes to politics. Sometimes it's better to leave truth out of the equation. Truth often gets in the way when you're trying to get things done.
I feel sorry for you, Uncle Creon.
Sorry? For me? Why?
You have so much dirt on your hands.
That's rich! You're the one with dirty hands, if I'm not much mistaken.
Yes, my hands are dirty, all right. But this is honest dirt. Real dirt. The dirt of truth. Your hands are grubby with the dirt of compromise. The grimy residue of all that shit you've been shoveling day after day after day. And you know what, Uncle? I can clean my hands in hot, soapy water. But your hands are stained for eternity.
God! Take it away. Happy now? Is that what you wanted, Zeus? Is it? First, Laius, killed by his son Oedipus. Then Oedipus himself. Then Jocasta, his wife and mother. But that wasn't enough, was it? Eteocles and Polynices had to die too. And now it's the turn of the women. Is it? First Antigone, and then what? Don't you ever stop? Hey? Hey?